Now we're going to multiply with decimals. So a few tips I have. Put the shorter number on the bottom, and by that I mean the one with the fewest total number of digits. It'll reduce the number of work we have to do. And the second tip is that your answer should have the same number of decimal places as our total in the problem. And by that, we need to know how many decimal places a number has. So 3.576 has 3 decimal places. There are 3 numbers after the decimal point. 2.37635 has 5 decimal places because there are 5 digits after the decimal point. 3.21 has 2 numbers after the decimal point. And the whole number 4 has 0. You need to be able to tell how many numbers are after a decimal point. It seems like a simple thing, but I've seen it throw a lot of people. Now, multiplying. 0.6 times 0.4. So 0.6 times 0.4. We can ignore the decimal points while we do the basic multiplication. 4 times 6 is 24. Now, 0.6 has 1 decimal place, and 0.4 has 1 decimal place. That means we need 1 plus 1 is 2 decimal places in our answer. To get them, we start at the right edge and count back 1, 2 places, and put in our decimal point. 0.24 is the answer. Next, I have 1.35 times 6.4. 6.4 is shorter in that it has 2 digits instead of 3. So I'm going to put that as my second number. Again, we pretty much can ignore the decimal points while we start here. 4 times 5 is 20, carry the 2. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14, carry the 1. And 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Second line will start with 0. 6 times 5 is 30, carry the 3. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 3 is 21, carry the 2. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Add these up now. We have 0, 4, 6, 8. Now, 1.35 has 2 decimal places, and 6.4 has 1, for a total of 3 in the problem. So starting from the right edge, I'm going to count back 1, 2, 3 places, and put my decimal point between the 8 and the 6 in the answer. 8.64 is the answer. Yes, that's the same as 8.640, and I will accept either. .084 and .096 are the same length as far as I'm concerned. They both have 2 numbers that interest me, the 84 and the 96. So it doesn't really matter which one I put on top, which one I put on the bottom. Now, ignoring the decimal points, this is basically 84 times 96. So, 6 times 4 is 24, carry the 2. 6 times 8 is 48, plus 2 is 50. Second line starts with a 0. Cross out that 2. 9 times 4 is 36, carry a 3. 9 times 8 is 72, plus 3 is 75. So add. That's a 4, that's a 6, that's a 10, and that's an 8. Now, .084 has 3 decimal places, and .096 has 3 decimal places. So I need 6 in my answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What goes in the empty spaces? Zeros. The correct answer is .008064. Next up, we have 9.70 times 38.5. What we need to realize here is this is actually 9.7. times 38.5. That 0 on the end of 9.70 doesn't really change its value any. So let's just not even look at it and think about it. Let's just get rid of it. Now, 9.7 is clearly the shorter number. It's only 2 digits. So it's going to be my bottom number when I multiply. 7 times 5 is 35. Carry the 3. 7 times 8 is 56. With 3 is 59. Carry the 5. 7 times 3 is 21. 21 and 5 is 26. Second line starts to 0. Get rid of the numbers I carried. 9 times 5 is 45. Carry the 4. 9 times 8 is 72. With 4 more is 76. Carry a 7. And 9 times 3 is 27. With 7 more is 34. We'll add these up now. 0 and 5 is 5. 9 and 5 is 14. Carry a 1. 6 and 6 is 12. With 1 more is 13. Carry a 1. 2 and 4 is 6. With 1 more is 7. And 3 doesn't have anything to worry about. 38.5 has 1 decimal place. 9.7 has 1 decimal place. So that's 2 total. So 1, 2. We'll put our decimal point between the 3 and the 4, and our answer is 373.45. And I've got 2 more examples here. Pardon me for a second while I do that so that my iPad will behave itself. 8 is shorter than 6.4. It's 1 digit versus 2 digits. 8 times 4 is 32. Carry the 3. 8 times 6 is 48. Plus 3 is 51. There's 1 decimal place in this problem, so there must be 1 decimal place in the answer. And we end with 2.1324 being multiplied by 3.2. Notice, if you haven't already, I don't worry about lining the decimal points up in a multiplication problem because it doesn't matter. I'm just going to count how many there are at the end. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Hey, I didn't have to carry anything. Start with a 0. 3 times 4 is 12, and now we're carrying. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 times 2 is 6. Add these up. We're going to have 8, 6, 13, 12, 8, and 6. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total decimal places in the problem. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total decimal places in the answer. So I'm going to say the answer is 6.82368.